I am Gerard Togo. Togo is my African name because I am born on Wednesday. I am the National General Secretary of Togo YMCA since the 1st April of 2010. So I am at 8 years now in the YMCA. Before YMCA, I worked for another organization. It's the Methodist Church of Togo Development Program Department that I lead for 11 years before joining the YMCA. I have two master degrees, one in project management and one in entrepreneurship. So I am married. My wife name is Zita. She's a nurse, and also I have 3 children, 1 girl and 2 boys. The girl is the elder. She is now 15 years, and the boys, one is 13 years, and the third one is also boy, is 9 years now. I come from a very big and large family. I have 15 brothers and sisters. So we are currently working in several programs in youth justice with YMCA International European Commission and with Swedish YMCA. We are also working in youth entrepreneurship. So we train youth, young people, and help them to have capacity so they can build their own small business. We are also working in agriculture, training youth in agriculture so they can develop their own business in agriculture sites. We're also working in slums, so we are training young people to have vocational training and also to build their own small business. And we have also our power spaces in Togo YMCA that we call youth centers. In youth center we have many clubs who come and have some games. We train them in many areas in our youth centers. And we also have what we call organizational developments, how to build a very strong YMCA. Currently, I don't have a mentor, but if I need some advice, some help, I can have some of my elders who can help, can give me advice. As my teacher, I have one teacher in university who also was in the board of trustees for my former organization. So when there are some advice needed, so I can ask them, but I cannot say that they are really my mentor. But if I have any advice to ask, I can ask them. I don't know. I can say that I am a very open person, but I don't have very large friendship. Maybe for a mentor, maybe I don't really work on that to say, okay, I need to have a mentor. Maybe I don't really work on that, but I think we need it. Sometimes we go through some very hard time. You need someone who can help you take your hands and walk. So maybe I need to work on that. I find someone who can really guide me or help me go through some difficulties. Yeah. Okay, I joined us as I joined YMCA with 8 years, since 8 years, and before coming here, I worked for another organization. So I have a very good experience in a leading Christian organization. So I have good background that helped me to really lead this organization, and also have I love making changes. for coming in YMCA, YMCA was going through some challenges. For me, joining the YMCA is a big challenge for me. It was a big challenge for me because I left an organization where I have a long-term contract up to my retirement, but I decided to join YMCA. Why? Because I found that I can do something to change this organization. It's not easy. It's like you are going in the forest or you are going on the sea. It give you a ship, but noting where you are going. But you need to bring this boat from a place A to a place B. Nobody tell you how to reach this place. So when I was joining YMCA, I was going through big challenges. For me, it's how to help YMCA to go through this challenge and really build a very strong organization. That was not easy to take this decision because nothing to help you to go through and go to reach this place. So for me, it's my own challenge to come to YMCA, and I love youth. I love be there to transform their life. So YMCA is what we are doing in YMCA. So YMCA is really in my mission, and I can say that I really succeed. After 8 years, I see that we went through these challenges. YMCA is more stronger now, more stable now. So I can say that we are ready for the next challenge.
Okay.
There is someone. He was a pastor. He's dead now. He's from Burkina Faso. We met in 1999 in Côte d'Ivoire during a training. During this training, he told me that if you have 100 persons around you, maybe 25 will love you a lot. Whatever you do, they will love you. 25%. We'll have also 25% who will go against you. No longer, you can do everything to them. They will not love you. And the other 50%, they are there. It can be with you or not. So you need that to have the 25% who love you, the 50% who you can bring to your side. You have 75%. It's enough for you to lead an organization. Just leave the 25%. So you don't need to have 100% who love you before leading the organization. So this advice was very something that was strong up now. And one thing, when I was starting in 1998, when I started my first job, I just after my school degree, I finished in July, and I start my first job on the 1st October of the same year. I just come from school, no experience, and I was hired as the executive director of a new organization. So nothing there, nothing there. So I had an uncle who had very strong experience in leading NGOs. So I was so happy. Okay, I go to see this person, and he'll be the one who can help me and be my mentor. But when I went to see him, he was very unwelcome with me. His plan is to discourage. Say, "Oh, Gerard, it's too early for you. You just finished your school. You can't lead an organization. It's too early for you. You need to go back to having good trainings." I was discouraged, demotivated at this time. What can I do? But that was when I was back to home. I would say, okay, this is my challenge. I think that I am alone on this way. So I need to really learn very quickly to lead this organization, because there's nothing there. I need to build everything up, and I can see that helped me, and that still helped me. I know that there's nobody who I need to wait for who will help me Maybe that can be the cause of that why I don't have a mentor. Maybe. So I said that okay, from now I am alone. So don't count about anybody. So from this time I start doing everything to build myself, to be a good leader. And after some years, this organization, before I left the organization, 11 years later, that was also a very strong organization before I left. So I see that we have our potential, we have our talents. So just make it up and wake it up. So we have everything in our inside. So how now to make it out and work with that? So that from now I can say I can do anything. I can be a accountant, I can be a driver, I can be anything I can do. I can't need to wait for someone. From my colleague, he can tell you that in every domain I can give you my own opinion. So I build my own capacity. So I know that you can do anything if you have this motivation, you have trust in yourself. Yeah. My free time, free time. This is a big question. Sometimes my free time is only for on Sundays. I go to church every Sunday if I am in country, and I like going out with my kids, with my family. Go to the beach. We love in my family. We love swimming. So we all go to swimming pool. We swim together. So I spend time in my family. So we love that. And also sometimes I want to be alone, just to reflect myself. I don't like have a lot of noises. To be alone, so that's okay for me. Going out with my family, be alone sometime, or going in the village is my free time. This is my problem. I used to read a lot of books when I was in school. I am a good reader and I love African literature and books that right. I love it. It's my favorite. Since I am leading an organization, it's not easy for me to find time. But if I find time, I love read some leadership books, some books if I have time. Yeah. This year is a challenge year for us in Togo YMCA. We want to really make our youth justice program more strong. We want to go. We are now working in 6 prisons. We have 13 prisons in Togo. We are working now in 6 prisons. So our plan is to extend our work to work in all the prisons. We want to have more funding to support our programs, but one of our weaknesses is that we are too much dependent from all sides. So it's how to build our economy, internal economy, to have internal resources. So we start with some projects as the bus projects, the cafeteria. So we want to extend this kind of project to have our own resources. We have a camping site that we call Bagbe Center in Bagbe. So we are now solving a problem about the land there. So one of our big challenges is to pay. We need to pay $60,000. We already paid $30,000. So before end of June, I need to find $30,000 to pay. So we should know that this compound become fully to the YMCA. So we want to do that, and this year our challenge is to reach at least the 2,000 members for the YMCA. So we already have a plan for that we implement it. So to have this plan. So to summarize, it to make more strong our internal resources, to pay for Bagwe Center, and also to reach at least the 2,000 members for Togo YMCA. We have around 800 paid members now. So you see the way is still long. We have 1,200 to bring in the YMCA. Not as a general secretary, but I know that I will lead this organization, because when I was in school, my plan first is after my secondary school, high school, I don't know, at university to become engineer, mechanic engineer. But when I make there was the tests, I don't succeed to this test. But I had my plan B, is to do management studies, and my plan is to lead organizations, not really NGOs, but become a good entrepreneur, because I love entrepreneurship. Become entrepreneur or lead big companies. This is my plan, and for me, it's not just a dream to be here. But that was not in my plan to lead as YMCA, because I didn't know really about the YMCA. But I know that I will lead big companies, big organizations. Today, I know that young people are facing big challenges. And one of the big challenges is about the job. Most of them are jobless. And many, they have so big capacities, but they don't know that their capacities. I need someone to call me, to work for him, just small job. So they don't know the potential. For me, it's how to really open the potential, help them to know that they have so big talent, they can do so big things. So for me, because myself, I love entrepreneurship, it's how to help them to know that they can do something, not to work with to get a job, but to create their own business. They can do it. So it's to really to give them this hope that they can do it. The first year will not be easy. They will fall down, but you should know that when you fall down, it's an experience for you. You will not fall down in the same place. So they need to every time to stand. So for me, it's how they should know that they have big potential. And today in Togo we have a lot of funds that can help them to have some funding for their business. So it's to know that they have capacities. They should trust themselves that they can do something. They can just still transform things around them, not wait for have big things. So start small things, and that will grow up. So for me, start. Don't wait. If you have $1, start something, and you see that how this will change for you. This is my advice for young people. Not wait. Start now. Go. Fall down, but stand and continue. Okay, you have challenges. Sometimes it's not easy to have challenges, and I can say that my inspiration, I can say it. One is my wife. She's a big support for me. Give me a lot of supports, and sometimes I just need to go somewhere, be alone, and go, for example, go from Lome, out of Lome, 1, 2, 3 days, and be with myself, just be myself, going through working, and I can tell you that after 2, 3 days, I come back full of energy. My best TV program is I love news and documentary. documentary. And if I need to see a movie, it's I love comedy. It's comedy. I love comedy. I love comedy. I love it. So, first is news, documentary, and if movie is comedy. Yeah, it's my best TV program. Holidays. Okay. It's my plan is mostly with my wife. Go somewhere for some days out of Africa. That can be in Asia. I love China. How the way they work to go out of the poverty. I love China. Be there with my wife for some days. So this is one of my plan for the future. Thank you.